Everything's looking good. Let's just wait for some folks to... Oh, hello, Bowsette. You are here in record time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alex D. Super. Well, that went pear-shaped fast. Welcome in, welcome in. Trying out streaming in the middle of the day again because I got enough work done to where I have the time. I'll wait for a couple more people to join, perhaps, because the stream is not updating properly for some reason. I am going to be doing the hardest part of this video because I have to make intro title cards for every single chapter, and I'm doing it in a separate work file so that I can save on data, hopefully not crash the computer. And oh boy, it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be really rough because up until now I've just been listening to my own voice make what I consider to be very sound arguments, very sane statements. Now I have to listen to all of the people whom I've gathered these arguments from and really try to, you know, make it all make sense. So it's going to be a little on the difficult end, but I think I'll be able to make it work if I can just keep my head up and not drown under the crushing weight of bad argumentation on my psyche. So that is what is happening today. Do not know if I should. How good's this video pad professional, by the way? Like, or should I just keep what I already have? You could probably keep what you already have. I like this program because it's the only thing I know, and every time I've tried to transition to a different video editor, the learning curve is just something I don't want to deal with. So I use it because I like it. It's visual based, so whenever you want to like drop in a video clip and add an effect to it, there's icons for everything instead of just text on a list, you know, like this or something. Everything's got visuals to it, and I'm a visual kind of guy, so I appreciate that much more. So if more visual UX, I suppose, is your jam, then you could use this. I've got a crack code for it. I didn't actually pay for it, but you know, who pays for anything these days? No, that's a joke, but I pay for DVDs at the thrift store. Okay, so argument one. Why do I have to do this part of the video, man? I don't want to, but I need to. I really do. So, argument one. I have to find everybody that says this. Maybe download a couple other YouTube videos as well. I'm not sure, but I've got a couple right here. And I believe it's this guy somewhere. This guy. Stop! One moment, please. What's up? I just grabbed a handful. Alright. He left right as his stream started. He's a terrible streamer. Yeah, I know. I'm not a streamer. I'm just documenting the process. partially to, you know, ensure that I don't get any AI allegations to anything, because I swear if I see one more comment on some place saying that I write my scripts with AI, I'm going to lose it. It's definitely this guy. Definitely this guy. Maybe this, maybe this. Maybe this? Maybe this. And this. I don't want to do this, man. I screamed for 100 days. That's how this is going to feel by the end, dude. I might be alright sticking with VSDC then. Not going to lie, it's kind of mid, but I'm already pretty good at it. And it's not as limiting as Windows Movie Maker. Yeah. Yeah, then, well, anything's better than Movie Maker from a technical standpoint. Oh, I streamed for 100 days. Oh. Once this video is done, I am taking a break. Like, I am not touching anything to do with TF2 for a good, 2 weeks after this video is up. Especially after this part of the video. I don't want to do this. I really don't. And I know it's a whiny problem, but I can't bear listening to stupid people say stupid things so much of the time. It's what burned me out of the Lucid video, and it's what's going to burn me out of this. But you know what? It's just intro chapter cards. But the problem is that they are very hard to stitch together because I have all these videos that I have to comb through, find the parts that relate to each argument, and I might have to find even more videos. So if you, viewer, know of a video that that you know of that brings up one of these particular arguments, maybe even a new one, if I could somehow throw another one together real quick, then just let me know, because I'll download it. And yeah, definitely not professional or anything, but for what I need it for, it works, and it's easy enough. Yeah, well, at a certain point, that's all you really need, right? Alright, so we're going to start with, excuse me. I'm going to try to minimize this. And
there's a lot of complaints about Sniper. I've complained about Sniper in the past.
Gosh, your voice is so annoying. Your voice is so annoying.
I'm one of these people that sort of think Sniper probably shouldn't be in the game, but I'm not going to go through those complaints. The one, well, Soldier is probably the best class for a new player, so I'm try playing Soldier, and they get really bored because
I am,
because they don't know how to rocket jump yet, and
I don't know. I don't know why Soldier would be recommended. Gonna go back to video editing, so he'll be here in the background. All right, cool. Well, thanks for sticking around. Yeah. Oh, suffering.
We go through the whole post, pretty much any of the mechanics of any other TF2 classes. With hit scanning, they have experience playing other first-person shooter video games. So they don't, modern FPS games, they don't have pretty much any of the mechanics of any other TF2 classes. You don't have projectiles in other video games that are popular and modern.
That's not true, bro.
In a way that wasn't true when TF2 first came out, game was pretty much the default, right? Most FPSs these days focus on entirely hit scanning, and people aren't familiar with how to use projectiles. They don't know the glory of hitting an air shot, unfortunately.
Who cares?
They've played Counter-Strike before, they've played Valorant. They pick Sniper, they immediately get success, Sniper.
You must know some very good players.
In the back clicking heads. I know, I find that very interesting. They're like, well, why would I do this? And then they never forced to learn any of the TF2 unique mechanics.
Forced? Why would you ever phrase it as forced?
If that person who, they start the game, they end up playing Sniper, and they play maybe 30 hours or so of Sniper before giving up on TF2 and going back to Marvel Rivals or whatever. If that person had spent...
Isn't Marvel Rivals projectile-based?
And so I think Sniper kind of acts like a noob trap, where it rewards noob have the little initial difficulty curve that the other classes have, where you have to learn the game, not to do 5 bad snipers, right, doing nothing to help their team. Because that's the other thing. This isn't very fun for anyone. TF2 works, right? Like, everyone's heard this advice. If you want to get better at whatever your main is, play other classes to understand them, right? If you want to get better at, you know, pyro, then you should play a lot of soldier so you can understand rocket timings and air blast timings and that sort of thing, right? Like, you know, these kinds of ideas I think are pretty common. If you're just playing sniper, you don't get to, you know, you don't get this breadth of understanding of the game. You don't have to make decisions about your positioning, how aggressive you're going to.
You're the dumbest. You sound. Oh my goodness.
Going to be, you don't have to have a good understanding of advantage.
Your arguments are as dumb as your voice sounds.
And disadvantage.
And I mean that as
too, which is team fights.
Offensively as I can possibly.
It's not really that fun
mean
for the
it.
person playing sniper.
No, I do
it's
not
very
care.
fun for their teammates, but by a noob sniper, many kills to begin with, you know, just isn't really helping the team. It's not very fun to have teammates who are.
As if you care about the team. All of your points are individualistic.
And it's not very fun to play against because you're.
And again, it's not usually the person. It's usually about the person, not the tool. So it's not VSDC. That's me. It's me being mid editing. Meh. Procrastinate over. I'm going back to editing for all that. Yeah, you go edit. Go edit videos.
You're still playing against a sniper, right? And it's fundamentally unfun to fight against for a number of reasons. So, you know, it's just kind of bad. It's just kind of bad for everyone who eventually becomes a sniper main, got sucked into this noob trap. You know, there are a lot of people who play a lot of classes and just happen to also really enjoy playing sniper. Which, you know, I disagree. but fuck it, there's nothing I can do about it, you know. I mean, look, if we want to get really spicy here, let's do it. Let's piss them off. Let's piss off the sniper mains. Fuck it. You know, if you wanted to play a video game that's all about precise hit scan aim,
It's not all of the TF2 isn't all about precise aim. That's not why I play sniper.
and clicking heads and watching corners, you'd be playing Counter-Strike, right? Like,
No.
you'd be playing Counter-Strike because there's other players, ones on the level,
I don't like Counter-Strike that much.
playing that video game. if
It's
that's what you
fun
want
in
to
the
do.
moment, but I don't care
You
about
know,
it
the
much.
fact you're not doing that kind of says to me that what you want is, like, to have an unfair advantage. I know, I'm being very mean right now.
No, you're not mean. You're just retarded.
You know, I think if
And that's
you're a
honestly
sniper who's
more
like,
offensive
I don't
than
really
being
like playing
mean.
Counter-Strike. I just like playing Sniper in TF2. I'm like, yeah, okay, something's weird going on. If you're just a CS player who's like, yeah, I just really love clicking heads, it's tempting. Trying to direct new players away from Sniper and push the new players through the first. You know, every video game has a miserable. I didn't understand spray control. I didn't understand the. But what was nice about that is that every single kill I got was like, oh fuck yeah, you know, playing TF2. Every fact that, like, you don't get to be involved in an Uber push. Thing out on what makes the game fun, you know.
No.
You just stick with TF2. Or, you know, you end up becoming a sniper main, in which case you are the scourge of the community and ruin the video game for everyone. So it's like, there's no good outcome here. Listen, I know, I've been a bit aggressive. I've been a bit overly aggressive in the.
Not
I
aggressive.
do think it's a video. By the way, 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a 12.
Okay, so it's not in this video.
Boom. Hit.
The class everyone wants to play, but nobody wants to play against. You know, I gotta admit, I have a real bot. I like playing him. He's my favorite. I don't think overpowered is the right word for Sniper. I feel like for that to be the case, he'd need to have a much lower skill floor. If you ask me, something overpowered should be something that anyone can pick up and instantly mop the floor, instantly mop the floor with the
Computer's crashing.
mop the floor with the competition within minutes of use. Take Doom 2016. Siege mode on the Gauss cannon is not only incredibly powerful, but also very easy to use, to the point where if the molecules around the beam touch any heavy class demon, they fold like a house of cards. Or the Scorched, no, I've talked about that one enough. How about the Wrangler? The Wrangler triples your sentry's health and doubles your firing speed in exchange for giving up auto.
I have to do something about this, man. I gotta rectify this. I'm gonna try to just do this. Computer is, So what happened, if anyone was paying attention, what happened while the computer crashed? Was it just stuttering, but my camera was still working and my audio was still working? Or is it, was it something, did the whole thing go down? I need to know, because my computer will do this a lot when I'm not streaming. This is the first time it's done it while streaming. The editing process, to be honest.
Auto aim and wait for it.
So you know what? It would actually be a lot easier if I just did one video at a time here in the editing timeline.
Pressing a hold button on your keyboard, making it not only the
It's Fish's fault. Yeah. That's what it is, man.
single best defensive tool in the entire game, that's a weapon I'd call overused. The SMG requires good aim, and so yeah, I'd say Girardi is overpowered. Sniper has a very similar role and function to a sentry gun. He specializes in area denial, deals high sentry guns.
Okay, it's not gonna be.
One of the main, as snipers and engineers are both, and as such are fairly absolutely depend on their team. Big differences are that Sniper has effectively infinite range, but literal tunnel vision, limiting his scope of area denial to directly in front of him, while sentries have limited.
I've never understood the infinite range thing. If you've ever played wacky races or balloon races, you know that at a certain point it's not possible to aim with Sniper because the targets are too small for the crosshair to accurately call out. You know, but you know, that's you know what, I'm gonna start with the two videos that I know for a fact mention argument one, which is the Kaluka one and the Zesty Stream. Good lord. The weapons tier list that he made.
Team Fortress 2, a game where you have a huge community dedicated to his specific style of play. But unfortunately for the Sniper fans out there, I just don't like him. In fact, I think he's one of the worst designed characters in the game,
Yes,
and my
we know.
opinion matters because I'm a YouTuber. And this is for three major reasons. Firstly, Sniper breaks what is effectively an unwritten rule of the game, making it so that he can very
Oh, I'm a Danessa, if that is how you say your name. Welcome back to the stream. I guess if you want, you could tell Kaluka that I'm grabbing parts of his video for my little video. Nah, don't do that. I don't want to antagonize him. I don't need that kind of pressure right now.
very often fight you in such a way that you cannot
Though
meaningfully
it would be funny.
retaliate. Secondly, Sniper can very often be a one-dimensional and uninteractive character to fight against, which is unlike many of the other dynamics in the game. And finally, Sniper can very often circumvent his own mechanics to be able to get kills. Now, what do I mean by Sniper is breaking the rules? Because that's a relatively inflammatory statement. He's not doing anything wrong, he's just sitting there, you know, throw a fucking jar of piss at somebody. But the thing is that it's not actually Sniper's secondaries or his... And that's nuts, because Gerard's primaries that is the problem. There's a...
An unwritten rule that I made up just now to suit my interests. That is what I am. That's what I am propagating.
Firstly, Sniper breaks... There's a sort of unwritten rule, and this is my first point against Sniper. In Team Fortress 2 that every character more or less abides by. There are certain weapons that circumvent this rule or kind of tease the line between or more or less abides by. There are certain the line between follows this rule. And that's the TF2 is a short-range game. Many weapons, and there are only a few again that kind of skirt the line between whether or not they're breaking this rule or abiding by it. But many weapons in the game have some kind of inherent mechanic or feature or stat that makes it so that they can't really operate outside of a short effective range. Weapons have either spread, like shotguns, pistols, or scatterguns, damage fall off, like rocket launchers, or just an inherent range limitation, like the flamethrower. And this is done for actually a very good reason. Basically, this makes it so that players have to go out and seek each other flamethrower.
That is not why they're made like that. It's just because of how their real-life counterparts work.
Forcing players, ultras and demo men being able to differentiate scouts' movement becoming increase effective range, and pyro and heavy going something as simple as spy being able to backstab. Most people point out the fact that there's no like assault rifle type weapons, or like unit cohesion, or the fact that I don't think any of them matter quite as much as the fact that Valve clearly wanted people to get close to one another. And this is where Sniper comes in.
I don't think that's true, considering that there are a lot of classes that benefit more than Sniper in certain cases from being farther away from one another.
Inherent range flamethrower. And this is where Sniper comes in. Sniper's sniper rifle isn't affected by any of this. It has no spread, it has no damage fall off, and it's a hit scan weapon, meaning it is the only weapon in the game that has effectively infinite effective range, let alone long range. This is what allows the sniper rifle to constantly fight you within his effective range, because his effective range is anything he can see, but also fight you outside of yours. Now, of course, you can retaliate. It's not like you can't do anything, but anything you can do comes with inherent risks, and many of those risks often...
Okay, this is more argument 2
Infinite
focused now.
Firstly, Sniper breaks what is effectively an unwritten rule of the game, making it so that he can very often fight you in such a way that you cannot meaningfully retaliate. There's a sort of unwritten rule, and this is my first point against Sniper, in Team Fortress 2 that every character more or less abides by, and that's that TF2 is a short-range game. Many weapons, and there are only a few again that kind of skirt the line between...
Let's Eat Glass Together. That name sounds familiar, actually. Yo, Snake, you still play guitar? Yeah, I do. My primary guitar is currently in the shop right now, but I've got one of my guitars over there. Yeah, I still play. I don't play as often as I should anymore, but that'll hopefully be changing soon. I just got to get back into a sort of flow state with life, you know? A rhythm, so to speak. But yeah, I still play guitar. Absolutely. I'll never quit.
Whether or not they're breaking this rule or abiding by it, but many weapons or stat that makes it so that rule or abiding by it, but many weapons in the game have some kind of inherent mechanic or feature or stat that makes it so that they can't really operate outside of a short effective range. Weapons have... And this is where Sniper comes in.
We did the same online school. Oh, yes. I'm so sorry, because I have other classmates from high school that I have on Steam, I think. I'm not going to say your real name if I actually guessed it correctly, but I'm pretty sure I remember who you are. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. Long while. How you doing?
Sniper rifle isn't affected by any of this. It has no spread. It has... meaning it is the only weapon infinite effective range, let alone long range. This is what allows the sniper... I have this small number of examples, and this also includes the Wrangler, by the way, because the fucking Wrangler is ridiculous. Outside of this small pool of examples, you really don't have a lot of good options. And this is what causes problem number 2. Because the sniper rifle is perfectly accurate and is not dodgeable in any way, the game very quickly comes down to just how good the sniper is at shooting. And
okay, so this is for other arguments, actually. I can use that.
It has no damage, effectively infinite effective range. He can even kill Demo Knight if they have the Eyelander, or if you're wounded.
Been good. I'm gonna DM you about it, actually. Alright, cool. Sounds good. I look forward to seeing your message. Hello! Welcome in, Smokey Joe 07. Welcome to another episode of The Daily Show, as my uncle likes to say.
Basically, at all, he can kill you in one shot without charging. This is why Sniper's effective range is literally anywhere. Now, you might say that Sniper has something of an inverse effective range. He gets worse the closer a person gets to him, because he now has to hit really hard to hit close-up quickscopes instead of being able to hit long-range headshots. And while he may not need to charge against certain characters, he also loses the luxury to do so against other characters like Soldier, Heavy, or Pyro. And while this isn't wrong, I think there's two main counter-arguments to this point. Firstly, Sniper has pretty decent close-range options, ironically. Girardi and the...
We go over that later in the video.
You can kill pretty much any class except for the Soldier. Other classes simply can't do what Sniper can do. Scout cannot make his weapons more accurate over a long range. Soldier cannot make his rockets stop doing damage fall-off. Pyro cannot make his flamethrower go further. Sniper can hit close-range headshots.
Imagine whining. Yeah, it's Kaluka. I'm sorry, Smokey Joe. And anyone else who has joined in the stream, because I see 6 viewers. Welcome in, everyone. I am doing the hardest part of this video because I hate listening to people talk stupidly, where I am making the chapter transition clips for each chapter of the video. So I'm starting with argument 1 and going down the line. And this is what we're doing right now. I'm trying to make sure that I get everything I need to from his video before I move on to a Zesty stream, and then look through all these other ones, make sure if there's nothing there, I export it and move it along, and then just go to the next one, you know? Now 7. Oh, well, welcome in, y'all. I hope you like hearing dumb arguments, because you're going to be hearing a lot of it, and then me complaining about it.
Well, unfortunately for us, the Demon Lord...
I'm going to try not to complain too much. I don't want to inflict that on you guys.
On either side of the door, he has reinforced the walls with something called drywall, a material so powerful that no mortal weapon can possibly break through it. So unless we can assemble a pack of 4 to 6 stalwart adventures of varying...
Wait.
about...
Hang on. What?
Are mathematically basically useless. Sniper simply has a range where he's harder. But what do we do about this? Well, unfortunately for us, the Demon Lord Galfax still holds a dark, powerful seal over the door to the TF2 offices. On either side of the door, he has reinforced the walls with something called drywall, a material so powerful that no mortal weapon can possibly break through it. So unless we can assemble a pack of 4 to 6 stalwart adventurers of varying backgrounds and abilities, willing to work together against the faces of evil, then there's nothing we can do. This is to say nothing of the fact that Ganon and his minions have seized the island of Korodai. It gets one thinking, how can we help? And really, there's only a few viable solutions. The first thing we can do is lower the sniper's base damage, and this is a solution that's been kind of thrown around for quite a while.
Yeah. Okay. So you are a representation of more than one argument that I will have to be revisiting constantly. But I've got what I need from your video about argument 1. Nutty arguments. I can't wait to hear Zesty, because Zesty is such a... I've never been able to sit through one of his videos in like one sitting about this subject, because he is so abhorrently whiny. I think out of all the videos I've looked through, and probably even others that I haven't found yet that you guys could probably send me or whatever, or I can keep finding, he is by far the most pretentious and whiny and I don't even know how to put it. He just has this impossible temper whenever he talks. And it works when it's about something that makes sense, because you can get a real sense of passion for it. But he has, with this thing in particular, he has like no qualms just saying you will never convince me otherwise. And to a point, I can respect that, because, you know, he's sticking up for what he believes is true. But for crying out loud, man. And it's not even to say that I don't like the guy. I kind of like the guy. He's a good numbers individual, and like I respect his dedication to the research regarding casual and quick play and all that stuff. That 4-hour video he made, I'm actually really appreciative that he did something like that, because that's really cool. But when it comes to the core functions of the game, it is painfully obvious to me that he doesn't understand that this is the 3rd game in a franchise that goes back to 96. And much like a lot of Sniper detractors, he forgets that Sniper was in the game since day 1, and there are reasons why he functions the way he does in TF2 based on reasons reasons as to why Sniper functioned the way he did back in the old games as well, and why they changed him for this game. And it's actually for the same reason that all the classes were changed more or less for TF2 as opposed to TFC. And that's simply because every class in TF2 is a very dumbed down, easier to play version of the classes from TFC. Literally every one of them are easier to play. And they are engineered that way very specifically and very carefully. And Sniper's just part of that. And it's very, yeah, it's a lot. More insufferable than my own traits. Oh. One moment. There we go. Alright, sorry, I had to respond to a Steam message. I'm glad I don't have display capture up and I'm sticking to window capture because I don't want people to see these Steam messages. I would hate to like have some personal data leaked, but everything's protected. Everything's good. Anyways, let's get a move on, because this stream in particular, I didn't watch it all the way through yet, but I assume this one is where more of his substantive statements about Sniper come from, because this video is just about the quickscope, pretty much, and this is a weapons tier list, and he puts the stock rifle in the highest tier on his list, which is broken, like needs rebalancing, which means that he believes at his core, Sniper is either like a fundamentally bad thing, which works for argument 1 or for argument 2. It doesn't really matter, but I can collect it for either one, I think. Even though there's a chance he won't change, I hope that your video can make that change. Dude, I am not making this video in the hopes that I can change people's minds, because when it comes to stuff like this, nobody changes their minds. And you gotta remember, too, this is Team Fortress 2. Everyone hates themselves in this place, and so they don't change. Right? Well, I guess it's not because they hate themselves. I'm being facetious, but people in this community in particular are the most stuck up and obstinate about things. I've been around more than a few gaming communities in my day across different games and genres. Racing game communities are really cool people because they'll hear your perspective out, because they're always willing to try out some kind of cool thing or whatever, depending on the game and all that. TF2 fans in particular, man, they're stuck up. They're stuck up. It gives me fatigue for the game itself. This is why I played pre-Fortress 2 for as long as I did, because I didn't want to interact with the TF2 guys specifically. Because the PF2 guys used to be based until they weren't. But, and it's not even that I hate Zesty for, like, the same reason a lot of other people hate him, which is his politics. Because his politics are, like, the most milquetoast, right-leaning from center beliefs that it honestly doesn't inspire any, like, oh, he thinks a thing from me. I just don't care. I just think he's a bad arguer. And I think he struggles with that too in stuff like his quick play and casual stuff. Even his stuff, like when I did that funk video a while back, when I looked at that funk video, the thing I made the clip of on my second channel, he had very tiny parts of his arguments that weren't correct, but it was mostly because I understand there is a modern interpretation of certain words that he doesn't share, and that's because most people don't, but I know what the words mean or should mean, and so it bothers me in my head that to hear them applied in the wrong definition. But that was the only real issue I have with him. That's really his main issue most of the time, is that he just doesn't know what words are, or what they mean, I'm sorry. But the Sniper stuff in particular, I'm not set on convincing him. I'm not set on convincing anyone. I'm just here to put the truth out. And if people agree, great. If people already agreed, but it gives them a more detailed understanding of it, that's huge for me, right? It's like why I said I'll be happy if this video even gets 5,000 views, because I guarantee there will be so many people coming through to dislike it to heck and back, and they will kill it before it even gets to the algorithm. So, like, I'm not even going to try to convince anyone of anything. I'm just putting it up here. I am trying to provide a testimony to the truth. If, of course, as anyone should, if the truth was revealed to be something different, I would adjust my beliefs, of course, to the more right thing, because that's my obligation to the truth. But from what I've seen, Zesty doesn't have the truth. He doesn't believe in it with this specific thing. And so I have to provide it and just say, this is how it is, the way I understand it. This is just how it is, independent of my opinion. If you don't believe it, you're wrong. And there's nothing else I can do. There's nothing else I can say. It's not my job to convince people. It's my job to testify to the truth. Zesty is not interested in the truth. He's interested in making his opinion the truth when it comes to this stuff. I've already agreed, and I'll forever agree. He's a false god. A little bit, yeah. But I think you could say that about any YouTuber with a following large enough that obviously seems to have gotten to their head. So you could probably say that about me, too, if I ever got to a certain level of popularity, though I admit I would rather be more known or more popular for being a video game music composer or a film composer or something like that, because I love making music the most. And I am contracted to make a video game soundtrack, so I am doing that. But, like, I wouldn't want to be known I wouldn't want my highest achievement to be Military Snake, but if it did and it paid the bills for my family, you know, I'm not going to complain. I know that I would hate to be seen like Zesty is a lot, though, like some kind of false god, because every YouTuber above like 50,000 subscribers has some circle of people that believe that about them, and it's like, that's not a kind of drama I really want to deal with too much, though I suppose it would come regardless. It's just, I don't know, it's a lot easier to get that in TF2 because TF2 is a game where everyone's opinion is different from the other instead of actual collective agreements about things, and it's very... The game breeds a tribal community. I've always said that. It is very tribalistic, this game. It breeds sub-communities within sub-communities within sub-communities, and it is very painful to keep track of it all, you know? That's just how it is. Anyways, enough stalling. I gotta listen to this guy screech according to these waveforms.
See, we don't need the wheel today. We already did the single class wheel for engineering. I feel like doing it twice is a bit.
This is the unedited version, by the way. The more popular version of this video is the edited down one that cuts like 40 minutes. This is not. This is the edited one. This is the unedited one because I wanted to see if there was something more in regards to context for anything he ever says. So I'm gonna have to sit through this. I want to beat the dead
horse on the joke. Okay, so before I dive into the actual meat of the tier list itself, I want to give, like...
There should be politics based on these sub-communities. There kind of is. There are. There are folks who are genuinely communist about everything, and that shows in the way they express their beliefs about the game. And then there are people that are much more just straight-up totalitarian, people who are more... broad-scoped or democratic about things or the way they think about things, and you get that kind of thing anywhere. In fact, there was a video I watched that is kind of amusing to me, discussing how TF2 is a microcosm of politics insofar as you can put two people of very different types of communities, like if you put Uncle Topia players into something like Agartha TF, right? Because Uncle Topia, it's got casual rule set, it's got a lot less random elements that the game has at base, right? People are there to compete really hard, which to be honest I can respect because I like playing the game as a team game and actually communicating with my team, but they do it to a bit of a pretentious degree, I'll admit. Versus something like Agartha TF, which is all the random elements, even the things that aren't enabled in casual, like random damage spread, and it's stock only, no cosmetics, no alternatives weapons, it's just what you get at base. And you could have those two kinds of people, irrespective of their political beliefs as people. It kind of pointed out to me that there was you can view TF2 as a microcosm in the world in the sense that the cultural differences, right? The cultural differences of the sub-communities are so incompatible that there is absolutely no chance that they could ever agree on anything. And so what's best for them is that they stay away from each other. And that's the beauty of community service, is that you do get to stay away from each other in a sense. And that's what makes like something like casual so sucky, and why, you should have a quick play type system, or at least go back to just a server browser, because I like just a server browser. That's how the pre-Fortress was presented. That's how TF2C was presented back when I still used to play that. It's how Fortress Forever does it. That's how Open Fortress. Sorry, I'm thinking of all the source mods I've played, but like the server browser is great because you can just find the communities that you're a part of and just stay there. And maybe you join and you're known in other communities, but for the most part you're just in your area. And I don't believe that's the best thing in terms of longevity for a game, but it's good to keep players invested in their own bubbles that I guess work. Of course, you want the game to be good enough at base to where those kind of bubbles don't need to be formed, but if you have to have bubbles, community servers are a great way to facilitate that. And I think a lot of the drama that exists on YouTube is just down to the fact that half of the traffic in the game still gets funneled through casual mode, and so it brings attention to the bubbles through text chat and stuff, and it makes the not the economy, it makes the makes the society of the game very, very disjointed and meltdown-ish, right? Welcome back, Central Limbus Company. Sadly for me, the player base is so small in Australia that the only real options are casual or 24/7 2-fort and double cross. That is rough. I used to play on those servers a lot because that was all my internet could handle, and also there just wasn't a good enough community. The only other servers I ever used to play when I played the base game were 100% crit servers because I enjoyed the challenge of dying immediately to anything that touched me. It helped me get better as a sniper at the time before my car accident. Now it's very difficult for me to play, but I'm slowly getting back in my skill, but it's very hard. I've had to start from ground zero, really. Little bit of a brain problem that just screwed up the way I play games now. But yeah, I hear you about the servers. It's like Skyle or UGC, right? Are those the guys that have this 24/7 like Harvest or Hightower servers as well? The ones where that was the other thing too, is that those servers were really bad for my foundational years in the game because they taught me that the game was more so something to just screw around with and not something to actually play. And I never really developed a love for the team aspect of TF2 until I left the source mods that provided that naturally. And then I came back and realized it wasn't there. And I got really fed up with it, like really fast. It's probably how I got involved into stuff like the Fix TF2 movement, and then the Unmute Free-to-Plays movement, and the original Bring Back Quick Play movement, and all that other stuff, Oh, Skyle only has a 2-fort server? Okay. I couldn't... Kiwi Caravan and UGC. Okay. I couldn't remember who the server providers are for that.
Like, I guess a source, right? Because, in my opinion, the Sniper is a hideously fundamental... Because,
Okay. He does say fundamental, which means that at its core, he believes it is something bad.
Let alone long range.
In my opinion, the Sniper is a hideously fundamentally flawed addition to Team Fortress 2. That's my opinion. And
I love... Okay, can I just say, right, because this is my first problem. I love how he says Sniper is an addition to TF2, as if he was never part of the game to begin with, or that he somehow was added late into development, when he's literally the second class ever developed for the franchise. Literally, he was the second class ever designed since 1996. He's not an addition. He has been part of the franchise's core since day one, and he has evolved over those... Holy cow. Next month is the 30th birthday of Team Fortress as an IP, right? You know how crazy that is? August 24th is the exact same day that Valve was founded. Valve shares a birthday with an IP that they would later acquire. Isn't that nuts? And TF2 was the first first-person shooter, at least on computer games, that specifically had body sector damage, especially in a class-style function. I talk about this in Argument 1. But, 1996 is a year before GoldenEye 007, which is when a lot of people think that headshot damage was a thing, or that sniper rifles became a more popular thing in shooter games. No, it's actually Team Fortress, because the sniper's rifle doubles damage on headshots and halves damage on leg shots to slow players down. And you can also wear different types of armor to deter certain types of damage, or just have the colored armor for universal damage absorption, right? It was a big deal. It's a big deal. People forget how much of a big deal Quake Team Fortress is to this conversation as a whole. Folks like this guy, you know? I'm kind of afraid of if this TF2 stuff with the state of the game ever blows over, because I'm not sure if I can apply what I've learned after figuring out what Valve did to TF2 to other stuff. You can apply the general principles and fundamentals, or if I'll fall back into being the same person I was before I realized that. But I don't know what you mean, really. I'm assuming you're talking about a personal growth outside of the game, so I'm not really sure how you mean that.
And I feel like I need to convey why I don't like this class, so people understand a lot of my ratings on these items, right? And it's never going to change.
Never gonna change.
A lot of people are here to just watch me shove before I start going through each of the weapons. So bear with me when I do that, and to have like a sort of symbolic gesture for the entire thing, I'm just putting the stock sniper rifle up in broken tier, and that's where it's gonna stay. So let me explain why I think the sniper's fucking broken. I have notes. I had to make notes for this one because I have a lot to say about this one fucking class, dude.
I had to make notes. Oh no, that's how broken he is. I had to make notes. Shut up, dude. You whiny. You're so whiny. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't call him that. It's funny. It's admittedly very funny. It's cute, but it's only for about 2 seconds.
You pull up my fucking notes here, so bear with.
Oh gosh, I forgot he cusses a lot too. This is why this is another reason why I hate this guy. He just cusses so much. And I know that you can do that on YouTube and stuff. I just don't like doing it. And I'm trying to clean my own mouth up. I hate having this because that means that whoever has to, like, if a family member of mine that grows up, like my siblings or whatever, ever have to like go through and watch my stuff, they have to listen to all this. I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed about it. I frankly am. Call me a prude. I just don't like cussing. That's why I hate his username too. Introducing yourself to the world as Zesty Jesus. Retard. It's a terrible way to market yourself. It really is. Yeah. It's funny, too, because I actually know his full name by accident. A bot hoster that I was in communications with at one point just started talking about the people he knew the real names of and spoke it out loud, and that's really annoying because that's knowledge I'm never going to unlearn. It sucks.
Oh, yes, he has notes? Oh, God forbid he comes prepared.
Okay, I don't mean that.
Oh, he comes prepared. Oh, no. Oh, Christ.
Shut up.
Okay, so, personally, I think that...
Okay, it's a personal thing, but he is going to make it objective.
Personally, I think that the sniper's existence inside of Team Fortress 2 is a complete and utter design flaw on Valve's part. They made 8 classes that are mostly effective at medium to close range, and then they made
he does have an argument.
a 9th class that's able to insta-kill 4 out of those 8 classes in a fraction of a second at infinite range.
5.
To me, that just...
It's not infinite range. Again, if you used to watch my old pre-Fortress 2 videos, you know this, because I used to play these maps all the time. Stuff like wacky races and balloon races have map lengths so far that the scope of Sniper is ineffective because the bullet is so tiny, because it's a hit scan tracer, that even if your dot is covering the entire model of the person you're aiming at from a super far distance away, there's a chance you still won't hit it. Because either the bullet can't figure out how far to go, or it just stops tracing an outline because the bullets have a cutoff point where they stop firing so that they don't go infinitely out of the skybox. And it's like, so on that technical level, his range isn't infinite. I know what he means. He means infinite insofar as any other map is concerned, but that's technically not true either because maps have limited range naturally. So, pedantic, you know. Because if there wasn't people telling me what is and isn't correct, I can be blind as heck. I do want to be critical about other media that I like. Yeah, that's true. You could be blind. I chose not to be because I just found it frustrating that the truth was very difficult to access. You know what turned me on to this whole subject matter was Gabber videos. Because even though I hate the way he presents the information, absolutely hates it, he's right. like almost everything he says in his 2 sniper videos is correct. It's just under layers upon layers upon layers of very difficult to listen to language. But he is right. And the problem is that there wasn't a source of information that could be respectful and professional while also being right. And I wanted to be that. That's the only reason I'm really making this video. So what I'm saying is, can I come to conclusions on my own and be sure of myself? Will I try to come up with faults in something without reason, like if I fall into a pattern? It depends on how you want to approach that problem, to be honest. The way that I'm sure of myself is that I am, and this is something that I learned taking philosophy class in high school, and this is also something that admit helps in the sense of, like, I'm, just for reference for anyone who finds it relevant to my own philosophies, I'm a Catholic. So I believe in a truth that exists far beyond the opinions or beliefs of anyone in this world, and that's by the nature of believing that God exists and that God created the universe and that God created truth, essentially, because in creating the universe, he had to create it in a way that is consistent with itself and coherent so that the universe itself, if you think of it like a game design, doesn't break, right? And God, because we believe he's all perfect, does that, right? And as a result, truth as a concept, right? Truth exists. Capital T, truth. It exists, right? And so because of my own Catholic belief, but also just in general outside of that as well, I hold myself to the standard that everything in the world, to whatever degree, right? I'm not talking about matters of personal taste, like if you like spaghetti more than pizza or whatever. There's nothing to say that spaghetti is better than pizza, because you have to talk about like what kind of spaghetti, what kind of pizza, how well it was made, stuff like that, right? And also, you just might have a better taste for something like spaghetti as opposed to pizza, right? And so there is truth that exists. My job as a human being, because of what I believe in, is to align myself with that truth the best way I possibly can. And if new information is revealed to me that expands upon the truth, I have to orient myself to that. That is my obligation to the truth, right? And if I don't do that, I'm wrong. According to my Catholic belief, I would be in sin, right? And that extends all the way down into every layer of life, even to the things that people don't think matters. And even stupid things like video games, right? And so when I embarked on this journey, so to speak, about making this video, I knew that the truth about whatever matters people talked about existed. I just had to find it. And it's taken a lot of research and a lot of time and a lot of headache. This video has probably been, at this point, like 18 months in the making. And like, it's taken that long for me to gather everything properly and rationalize it in my mind, but also study the evidence I see and figure out, okay, assuming all of this stuff that I've found is correct, does it make sense? And if so, it's probably right. And so if you're having an issue, Alex D. Super, with being sure of yourself, with the conclusions that you come to, and like worrying about falling into a pattern of finding faults when there aren't any, I would say your best bet to resolve that would be to accomplish the submission, so to speak, to some framework of truth. Of course, I have my own bias, as every person does. My bias is in my faith. But if you don't root yourself in some form of truth, it's going to be very difficult for you. It'll probably be impossible for you. And my issue, especially with the sniper thing, is that people do what I've said, but their framework of truth is hedonistic. It's self-serving, right? It's individualistic. It is whatever pleases me, whatever feels right emotionally, right? And that is not truth, because truth, lowercase t and capital T, really, truth exists outside of our perspective. It is simply our duty as people to observe it and either line up with it or not. And people who try to conflate the truth with their opinion or make their opinion out to be true, they are the ones you can immediately tell are lying to you, because their idea of truth is inherently subjective, and that is not fundamentally, it's not true. And we can observe that in the real world. My opinion could be that the sky is red, but it's not. Right? To the observable eye, it's blue. You know, I could say that the moon rises in the morning and not the sun, you know, and the moon is what provides us heat and not the sun. But that's not true. Right? It doesn't matter how much I want to believe in it. That's just not true. So that's kind of where I would begin, is establish a framework of truth within yourself, and even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's extremely uncomfortable, allow yourself to understand that the truth exists outside of yourself. And if the truth is simply that, like what you find, then that's just the way it is. And in a sense, your opinion doesn't matter, you know? At that point, that's just how it is. My internet cut out, and now the funny TF2 guy is talking about religion. It was relevant to a previous conversation about a framework of truth, so... And hilariously, that is relevant to the Sniper video. I don't know if I'll say that in my outro to the video, because I still have to write my outro, but it's like, if the VODs I keep up on my channel in that public playlist ever like get circulated around and people talk about it, this is my framework for making any video I ever make ever, you know. And if I get something wrong, and if you can prove that it's wrong, then I will adjust my beliefs to it, because I want to align myself with the truth as much as possible. That is what I believe to be one of my highest prerogatives if I want to really believe that I'm good, you know? Aligning yourself with the truth is a good starting point. And that's how I operate with everything. Whether it be taste in art or food. Well, I mean, personal taste is something else. Personal taste isn't completely dependent on truth. You can like one Pixar movie over another, and they're both still good movies. You just prefer one over the other. I prefer Cars. Cars is my favorite movie of all time because of how much it means to me from when I was a child. But I know it's not the best Pixar movie. Best Pixar movie really is Incredibles, and then Ratatouille and Monsters, Inc. If you want to measure it in terms of like the substance it provides, the quality of the story, you know, what you can learn from it, stuff like that. But those objective metrics aside, I still just love Cars, you know? That's the difference between opinion and truth, if I had to explain it. And that is my framework for this video. And that is how... Oh, crap. Oh, okay. Phew. I thought I closed my editor, but by accident. And that is how I maintain internal security, at least, in how, you know, I know what I'm saying is as right as I can possibly make it. Because I've looked at so many things now to where the information no longer contradicts itself. I have an understanding of reality about this subject, right? I've absorbed all the information I can. That's another thing too. Do not fall into the trap of over-researching stuff, because it turns into the logical fallacy of whataboutism, where you take into account too many perspectives that don't need to be taken into account. It's like the Sniper video. There's like 12 more arguments I could have addressed in the video to burn another 2 hours, but I don't need to do that. I just need the 12 that are the most commonly talked about, the most substantive, and the ones that actually pretend to make sense, the one that actually have a stranglehold on the communal discussion about the class. So, and that's all I need. That's all I'm obligated to address. So, yeah. If that helps, cool. If that doesn't help, I'm very sorry. That's the only advice I can give on your quandary. But I hope it helps to whatever extent is possible. Now let's listen to somebody who makes their opinion truth.
To me, that just doesn't make sense design-wise. That's just like the first thing I need to say. That, to me, makes no sense. But that's never going to go away. Sniper's never going to go away. He's stuck, and we're going to have to deal with the problems he has. That's just a fact of life.
Good.
No sense. But
good. Okay, cool. So that I can.
The problem I have with this class is his utter lack of counterplay. His fucking lack of counterplay. He can go from moving and jumping around.
He has an inordinate amount of counterplay. I could join casual right now, find the sniper on the enemy team, and counter him within like 5 deaths. Unless I somehow wound up in a fat magic server, you know? I have video footage in other hard drives of me countering Sniper that I initially wanted to use for this video, but the graphics card can't handle that much. So I have to readjust the way that I edit this video. Oh, okay.
Firstly, Sniper...
So this is the intro card for argument 1. These are the 2 people that I knew had something. I only really need like one example of somebody actually saying the arguments that I wrote out. Oh wait, my display capture isn't on, so you can't see the doc that I have up. I only need one person to be an example of the arguments that I've outlined, because they are, all the videos that I've pulled from are people with enough influence on the conversation for it to matter, and you could point to as an example of, look, somebody actually made this argument, because I do not want to be accused of strawmanning the position. All of these arguments have been taken word for word, either from a comment I saw somewhere or a forum post, or in pretty much all of these cases, a YouTube video. And I downloaded as many YouTube videos as I could to find that stuff. Oh, you know what I should grab is the... I should grab the chapter cards. Where are they? Are they in here? No. Where are the chapter markers? Where's the chapter marker file? I didn't put it in Sniper stuff, did I? No. Is it in here? No. No, it's in here, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it's in here. Okay, cool. Okay. Because what I can do is just drop in my little thing here, and then cut it right about here, and delete that. And I want it black and white, maybe some other kind of color shift, and I want it all scaled down. I want it shrunk, so that it doesn't look too big on people's screens. 0.75, yeah, we'll go 0.75 for all of this. And I'll actually source them as well. I'll put little source cards like, this is the YouTube video title, and I'll have the links for, of course, I'll have the links for everything in the description of the full video. I have a bibliography, man. A bibliography. Why'd I say it like that, man? Man. Speak like an American, boy. Okay. Let's fade this in. I'll probably need to fade the audio in as well. And then let's give it a gap of about a second. Yeah, about a second long. Fade. Fade out the audio as well, because that would be, I think that would be more correct.
Firstly,
Let's shrink these down again, and then just crunch it in.
Firstly, Sniper breaks what is effectively an unwritten rule of the game, making it so that he can very often fight you in such a way that you cannot meaningfully retaliate. There's a...
Let's see. We got to remove the fat magic class. Yeah, that is what it is, right? I remember Uncle Dane put his 2 cents about Sniper during the whole controversy in his TF2 Hot Takes vid. Really? What did Uncle Dane have to say about Sniper? Because I didn't see that. I don't watch Uncle Dane. Why did you turn Jamaican for a sec? I don't know. I'm a little tired, honestly, but...
sort of unwritten rule, and this is my first point against Sniper. In Team Fortress 2 that every character more or less abides by, and that's that TF2 is a short-range game. Many weapons, and there are only a few again that kind of skirt the line between whether or not they're breaking this rule or abiding by it, but many weapons in the game have some kind of inherent mechanic or feature or stat that makes it so that they can't really operate outside of a short effective range. And this is where Sniper comes in. Sniper's sniper rifle isn't affected by any...
This is a long intro to a chapter, but I want to keep the substance as much as possible. So if I find a way to shorten it, I will do so. But for right now, I'm going to keep it as long as it is, because I really just want to make my source as understandable as possible.
It has no spread, it has no damage fall off, and
I
it's
don't know
a
if that makes
hit-scan
sense to
weapon,
y'all, but I hope
meaning
it does.
is the only weapon in the game that has effectively infinite effective range, let alone long range.
In my opinion, the sniper is a hideously, fundamentally flawed addition to Team Fortress 2. That's my opinion, and it's never going to change. Personally, I think...
You know what? It's really funny, too, because I've seen him play Sniper as the Huntsman before, because I'm pretty sure he believes the Huntsman is a well-designed sniper primary. But in his own videos, I see him counter, I guess to use that term, I've seen him counter Sniper in his background footage under circumstances that I'm pretty sure I've heard him say are impossible to counter Sniper under. Especially when he generalizes it to Sniper is overpowered regardless because he just has the potential. But he exploits that potential all the time. So it's like hypocrisy much, right?
that the sniper's existence inside of Team Fortress 2 is...
I'll bring that up in
complete
the
and
one of
utter
the
design
conclusion
flaw
chapters of
on
the video
Valve's
too.
part. They made 8 classes that are mostly effective at medium to close range, and then they made a 9th class that's able to insta-kill 4 out of those 8 classes in a fraction of a second at infinite range. To me, that just doesn't make sense design-wise. That's just like the first thing I need to say. That, to me, makes no sense.
It's not a terrible intro. Though I think the second gap is a bit long. Let's shrink it in a bit
It
more.
makes no sense.
Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe I should fade this one in, actually. You alright? Okay. To be fair, we are talking about pro versus new players. I'm assuming he's talking about pro play based on context. No, he's not. He's talking unilaterally. He's always talked about it unilaterally. That's the problem. And I do stipulate about player skill later on because it is something that people say where, you know, a good sniper is impossible to counter. And I answer that question in the video as well. I don't know if you've seen any of the other streams, Glass Eater. But there is a distinction in that, yes, pro players are very difficult to fight. But first of all, you can say that about any class and any player. Second of all, that doesn't take away from the fact that the counterplay does exist. You just have to be more careful, and in a sense, it's a challenge to just get better, right? And that's not unreasonable for the game to ask for, and it's not unreasonable that somebody could get good enough to where that would be a challenge to face. Because people get good at other classes in the same way, where they are hyper dominant in a game, and that's why an argument about player skill, depending on how you make it, kind of doesn't matter, or is not relevant to the conversation, because it's inherently subjective, and you can't measure that kind of factor. These people pretend like they can, but they can't. There are people dumb enough to actually think that they can measure skill and be like, this is why it shouldn't, you know. But, you know, that's not how it works.
First thing I need to say. That, to me, makes no sense.
Cool. That should be fine for right now. Let's export this. Actually, no, wait, I need my source. I need my sources. What was the... Let's go to youtube.com, and I'm going to turn my display off so that you can't see my subscriptions. Who am I kidding? There's not a ton of bad subscriptions on here, honestly. It's just, there's language on a couple of them, I think. Let's see, TF2 Sniper. Because if I look up TF2 Sniper, what do I get? Again, I get the El Maxo video, a bunch of fat magics. Oh, hey! I get my own stream. How nice. I get Jaybird. That's cool. Lazy Purple. I get Space Guy. He's got his own bad video that I can source as well. Where is it? Because I thought Zesty's thing was here. Is there Kaluka? Where's the Kaluka video? Because I also need the link for that one. Now I'm wishing I had saved the links in a document. Oh, it's Bonk. Hey, Bonk. It's my boy, Bonk42. Sub to you, my dude. Let's see. There's a funny face. That is a funny face. Interesting. Suddenly I can't find it. Kaluka? TF2 in its worst class. It's this one, and then let's do that one. It should be, yeah, it's that one. I at least need the title of the video proper. TF2's matchmaker can't even measure skill. Yeah, seriously. No matchmaker can, because it's yeah. Source. Oh shoot, wait, this is the Kaluka video. I need to copy the title of it. Source. Sorry. Quotation. Author. Kaluka. Is his name just Kaluka? Okay, yeah, his name is just Kaluka. And then there's this mongrel. I don't know, is that a bad word? Should I not call him that? I'll let it bleed over for right now. Should I let... No, I shouldn't let it bleed over. I should try to format it better, because it bleeds over a little too much. The official sniper weapons tier list, unedited. Author. Profane. Truly profane. I'll hook the fade out here, and then the fade in here. And now for the formatting, I should scale this down by about 2 points. Yeah, and that'll fit. This one, bit more than that, probably 3 or 4. Let's do 4 points. That'll be fine. I'm not going to worry too much about that. Jorge TF2. I have a playlist on different sniper videos that I made way before you started this project. Send it. So yeah, send it. If you could send that, that'd be great. I'll totally take a look at that, because if I can use anything for any other sources, especially for this, like one of these, there's 2 conclusory chapters that I have to write still, basically, and one of them is addressing the community's influence on the discussion at large, especially particular notable people. So the more perspective I can gather, regardless of who's popular or not, would be great for me, honestly, because I could use that to point to all the different points and string it all together, right? I remember playing League of Legends forced by an Asian friend, and it made me hate matchmaking as a whole. Matchmaking, a system that was never destined to work, right? Boiling the human variance down to a single number is never a good idea. But it looks good on a PR sheet, so I don't know.
Long range.
In my opinion, the sniper is...
Oh, because I've shrunk the text so much, it could probably all fit on the screen now. So do I actually need to have it be this small? Could be 7 points. Yes, it could. Let's go.
In my opinion, the sniper is a hideously, fundamentally... Personally, I say that, to me, makes no sense.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good... oh, wait, I did want to color grade it a little bit, didn't I? No, I don't want to. Not really. Mongrel isn't vulgar, but can have positive or negative implications depending... Oh, okay. Well, then I won't call him that, but I will call him a fool! I'll call him a fool. For naming himself so ridiculously profane. So let's make a new folder in... Let's make a new folder. Actually, let's do video pieces and just rename the folder to something like... what should I... Sniper chapter cards, so to speak. Argument 1. Or I, you know. I'm going to need to keep it high, keep it consistent. Audio codec is correct. Shouldn't be too long of an export, and then we go on to argument 2, which is because Sniper is the only long-range class in the game, defeating him is disproportionately difficult to fight and kill compared to any other class in the game. And that is something these two guys talk about, definitely, and a lot of other people do as well. I didn't look at too many other videos. Do I need to look at... I don't want to miss anything, but at the same time... I don't know. I'll figure it out. Should I look through every single video and make sure I grab every possible... Or do I really just need these 2 examples and that's it? Because it's already like an almost 2-minute intro card. Do I don't know. I don't know. You guys, what do you guys think? Should I keep looking through these clips for more? This video in particular might actually have it. I don't think it does. Not from what I remember, but it might. This is definitely where the spy arguments come from. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Firstly, Sniper breaks what is effectively an unwritten rule of the game, making it so that he can very often fight you in such a way that you cannot meaningfully retaliate. There's a sort of
He's doing the
unwritten
same thing
rule,
I
and this is
do.
my
The
first
poor
point
beginner
against Sniper.
tactic of
In Team
flicking a
Fortress 2
ton
that every
because you haven't
character
properly
more or
lined your
less
shot up
abides
yet.
by, and that's that TF2 is a short-range game. Many weapons, and there are only a few again that kind of skirt the line between whether or not they're breaking this rule or abiding by it. But many weapons in the game have some kind of inherent mechanic or feature or stat that makes it so that they can't really operate outside of a short effective range. And this is where Sniper comes in. Sniper's sniper rifle isn't affected by any of this. It has no spread, it has no damage fall off, and it's a hit scan weapon. Meaning it is the only weapon in the game that has effectively infinite effective range, let alone long range.
In my opinion, the Sniper is a hideously, fundamentally flawed addition to Team Fortress 2. That's my opinion, and it's never going to change. Personally, I think that the Sniper's existence inside of Team Fortress 2 is a complete and utter design flaw on Valve's part. They made 8 classes that are mostly effective at medium to close range, and then they made a 9th class that's able to insta-kill.
Sniper is a class with no fall-off, theoretically infinite range, and one-shot kill capacity in a game built around movement and CQC. Oh, close quarters combat. Yeah, well, it's not built around that. It's built around team functions.
Kill 4 out of those 8 classes in a fraction of a second at infinite range. To me, that just doesn't make sense design-wise. That's just like the first thing I need to say. That, to me, makes no sense.
Okay. That'll be fine for right now. Argument 2 is where it's going to get very complicated. Very complicated. So, because I think almost everyone that has a negative view of Sniper says that Sniper is harder to kill than every other class in the game. So I have to... Oh, gosh. There's a lot to sift through. This is why it's the hardest part. I have to sift through things now, and it's like, ugh. You know? It's just annoying. But that's, you know. That's just part of the nature of it. You know how it is. Why snipers don't work in PvP shooters. Oh, I could have added that as well. Golly, man. There's so much I could add. I don't know what... yeah, whatever. Where should I start? I'll start with this guy.
Ceiling? No. Is the core gameplay of Sniper somehow mechanically flawed? Also no. So, at the end of the day, what's the problem with Sniper? Well, there isn't one actually, which is a problem within itself. Much like Soldier, Sniper lacks any true hard-hitting problems for the most part, and those that he does have, well, we'll get there when we get there. But unlike Soldier, Sniper is the only class within TF2 that actively ruins and drags out games. Pretty damning statement, but I want you to genuinely think about the average match of Team Fortress 2 for a second. All right,
Okay, that's bot trauma.
correction. Think about the average match of Team Fortress 2 without.
I don't hear much about map design and how it affects player behaviors. What Phil is an infamous example. Well, you want map design discussion? Talk to Zesty. He went on such a long tirade one time that he started drawing lines through maps, through walls, because he forgot where the sight lines on a map actually were, and it's like, huh, you know. I think that was in his map tier list part 1, if I remember correctly. I think Borneo in particular. Like, Borneo is a bit egregious in terms of sightlines. I'll agree with that. But, like, he kept drawing through walls for a couple of them just to prove his point. And it's like, come on, man. Sniper, within my experience, is heavily map dependent in relation of sightlines. Yeah, that's most classes. Flanking routes and multiple factors that can be taken advantage of. Yes. And I actually talk about map design a great deal, at least within however much it can be. It can be talked about without it coming off as just exhaustive and covering, every single example ever. But I noted in my research that part of the problem with the map design of more modern maps is that they had to get bigger to allow more space for the various unlocks that were getting into the game, especially a lot of soldier and demo man weapons. And as an accidental consequence, Sniper benefits enormously from the openness, and that's troublesome because if you go back to any map pre-2010, 2011, I think, the map has maps have pretty good mixes of tight areas where Sniper wouldn't want to be caught dead in, that he will get caught dead in, and open areas that suit his function as much as they do other classes like Engineer and Demo Man and Soldier, right? So, yes, it was part 1. Okay, yeah. I couldn't remember. But yeah, map design plays a huge factor in it, just as map design plays a huge part of other classes' functionality like Medic and Spy and Heavy. Engineer benefits enormously from map design. He's actually probably the most dependent on it, because Engineer, almost more than Sniper, needs places that make sense to build in, even if they're the expected spots. And a lot of map makers do not do that. I mean, look at that stupid 2 Fort remake done by Great Blue Fort. He literally designed it just so that snipers and engineers can't play, and it's shocking. It is shocking. Ask me about it sometime. I actually tried to make a whole video on it and then bailed 30 pages in because I wanted to make the Sniper video instead. So one day I'll maybe do a live stream analysis of it, but I'd much rather just think my thoughts through and actually put it on a script one day. I don't know if I'll ever stick around the game for long enough to actually make that kind of video. Plus, it's not relevant anymore. I was on track to release that video like when it was only a month old, but it's now, a year old, so it's not even relevant. He went through props what would normally disappear from that high of a view considering performance optimization. Ooh. But that might not be his fault then if he somehow didn't know that. He should know that because he's been playing the game for so long, but ouch. I once played Blue Fort and it was complete butt to play. Yeah, me too. I actually went through it for the most part and tried to desperately analyze it both isolated and in a game on Blue's server at the time. I still have the footage of it actually. The classes that functioned best were the competitive classes. Scout, Soldier, and Demo. Medic only by the fact that he's healing, but Medic gets caught out in so many different corners because there's too much going on. Heavy struggles because there's too many areas to just get around him. Engineer struggles because there's nowhere to build. Sniper struggles because there is no place to shoot and actually be effective to the extent that he's designed for as far as a team-wide function. Spy struggles and benefits from the fact that there's so many areas, but the problem is that there's so many areas that, oddly enough, there's always going to be someone walking through some area, and it's almost counterintuitive how difficult it is to play Spy because it's very hard to find people. But he benefits somewhat, but I found when I played that it didn't seem like it benefited him much. And, Pyro doesn't benefit from so many corridors and spaces going on all at once. The real problem with the map is that there's too much divided space, and so there's too many areas to just get around problems with. It's a map that looks like it was made with the express intent to emotionally pander to people who don't like dying, which is a pretty... what's a YouTube safe way to say this? Pretty lame way to design a map. I hate Blue Fort. It was already pretty bad to place a sentry in the 2-fort intel room due to how easy it is to corner peek. Yeah, seriously, even with a Wrangler, it's actually pretty easy to corner peek those things too. I actually have a pretty cool clip where I was communicating with a soldier while I was dead using his spectator camera to tell him where the sentry was, and then he destroyed it, killed the engineer that was trying to repair it, captured the flag, and we won the game because of it. So it's like, of course, modern unlocks screw over old map design, but at its core, at base level, like a stock level wise, 2-fort isn't a bad map at all. Anyone who tells you otherwise is lying. It's a fine map. I wouldn't say it's great or anything, but it's fine. It's fine. And then Blue just went, let's make intel room bigger. Yep, he did. He really did. He really did. Sorry, I'm just looking at something real quick because I can't... Oh, John Pipeline got a video up. That's cool. Oh, I'm looking at the folks in my Discord server right now. Why would the devs give one of the classes... Why would the devs give one of the classes a unique upside? Zesty Jesus. And then someone says context. One of Zesty's criticisms of Sniper is that he's the only long range class in the game. Unique upsides, and then there's a list of unique upsides specific to every class. It's like, bro, look at the imbalance. I can't believe the devs would be so negligent. Yeah, seriously. No, it's hilarious. It's all hilarious because a lot of the arguments too, I think there's like 3 arguments that I edited that essentially boil down to I don't like Sniper, or I think Sniper's overpowered because he is uniquely long range or uniquely headshotty. And it's like, by that logic, every class that has a unique function to themselves is bad because only they can do it. And that is actually the inspiration for a great deal of unlocks in the game that are bad, like the Cozy Camper where Sniper can self-heal. Same with the Conjurer for Soldier. Really, I think the same way about any weapon that Pyro has that destroys sappers. I think it is always best to lean into the class differences as much as possible, because in doing so you are suiting their strengths while also amplifying their weaknesses. And stuff that's like... Or you get the opposite problem, like the Razorback, where it's just a spite design to spite another class, but the problem is that it rewards bad habits, and good spies know how to circumvent the Razorback, and it's very easy to circumvent. So it's like, it's just a facepalm moment.
Bots. Usually at the start of a match you'll have a decent, somewhat even spread of classes. Headshot. Like goddamn bird flu, people flock after getting shot. Needless to say, it's very hard to win a match or have fun playing a match when both your team and the enemy team is dedicated to only killing snipers. Let's back it up a bit though.
Nobody does that.
Why not a power class? Sniper is typically a backline fighter. A backline fighter with technically infinite range. A backline fighter with infinite range, no weapon spread, and the ability to either deal 50 damage or 150 damage with good aim every 1.25 seconds. As a result, snipers along with medics are typically high on everyone's priority list for people to kill. Here's the issue with that though. To reach the back line and be in attack range of the sniper, you gotta navigate your entire way throughout the entire enemy team like a goddamn quarterback.
Quarterbacks don't do that. Quarterbacks are the ones that throw the ball to the people that run up past the opposing team to catch it. Unless he means that you have to run to the quarterback. But quarterbacks themselves don't do that. So, I don't know. The grammar phrasing of that is awkward. As long as the Cozy Camper is there, I will continue to use it because I'm scared of dying with Huntsman. Fair enough, but I'm not going to advocate for Girardi, not because I think it's overpowered, but because I think it's stupid. But you are really missing out without by not using the SMG. Just saying. Actually, you know what? Let me just... The SMG. Yeah, that's what I mean. The SMG, man. Let me just pop a game on, because I'm like... I'm so bothered by listening to all of this. I have to play just to feel good. Okay, let's not... I need to turn off my display capture and just go to game capture, because I don't want the Steam messages to be sent through in case something a little personal is sent through there. I wish there was a streamer mode for Steam. Let's go here. We'll go disable this. Game capture. TF2. Think of the combo. Yeah, man. Let's go casual. Doesn't matter which map. Are there any friends playing a community server? Anyone in a community server? No, I'm stuck with casual. New combo unlocked. Yeah. I have to play TF2 just to get this out of my system, because it's so annoying to know that people, you know, think certain things. I'll just go around killing snipers and be like, sniper countered, blah, 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 blah. You know, I've actually been able to do it regardless of the class. Like, you can do it as a medic on certain maps if you play against his class role, but if you just play aggressively enough, you can do it. You don't even need the crossbow. You just need the Blutsauger and a really good saw. Crazy to think cheats come with built-in streamer mode, but legits need to install third-party software from Game Banana. Well, looks like cheaters get the dub on that one then. Oh man, I'm in the middle of a match. Oh well, that's fine. As long as I get to play at least one round. Why am I using the ambassador? You know what? It's fine. I'll deal with it. Stock spy minus ambassador. Are there any stupid names on this? Yeah, a little bit, but... Alright, here we go. There's a sniper on the enemy team. I know there is. Just gonna disguise as him. Oh, he's a huntsman, so he's probably not gonna sit in the door. Okay, they're gonna move up. Ah, crap. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna grab these. I'm still trying to get better with spy. Crap, that demo man didn't see me? What? Is anyone up here yet? No. Okay, good. Running corner. Uh-oh. There's no way he didn't hear that. Okay. There's multiple spies. Okay, the sniper's at the cart because he's huntsmanning. Shoot. They are playing really well as a team right now. I am not in a position to assist nearly as readily as I want to. That's fine. Sorry, Angie. I gotta take some of your metal. Shucks. Oh, shoot. Somebody got me. I've been had. Yeah. It's weird. The sniper is playing really aggressively. I'll cut to Badwater to find Badwater match, see how long it takes. Oh, it's done. Okay, cool. Also with region selector without the need for a VPN and auto casual queue. Jorge, stop making cheats sound so appealing. You're telling me that cheats have improvements to casual? That's absurd. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna try to... Crap. So they're gonna be all back there. They're not gonna come through the tunnel normally. How do I want to do this? I don't know how I want to do this. Okay, so there's an engineer. How does he not know I'm there, first of all? Oh, I'm just gonna go invisible and scoot. Pick all the metal up. Make sure NGs can't... Oh, there's a spy. Okay. Let's take it. I don't know what to do. I am, again, still trying to get better with Spy, and I am not... Oh, I am in a terrible position to do this. Oh, wait, the Ambassador has the fall off. I've been playing too much with reverts from Gold Rush. Okay, so there's a second Spy. I'll use him as the deuce. No, I can't use my teammate, but you know what I mean. Oh, he knows. He doesn't know. Does he know? I got healed by their medic, so... Oh, crap. Snag a bit of health. I'm in the sight line. Damn it. Oh, shoot, darn it, sorry. Clean your mouth up. Grab these. No! Okay, I'm gonna chase the heavy. Should I get the heavy or the med? I don't know. What? Oh. Oh well. That is unfortunate. The B-hops, though. Don't forget the source sauce. True. Cheaters also get the dub on casual mode. There is extend queue, which makes it so if there's 180 seconds to click join match instead of 10, and even when the timer runs out, it doesn't yank you out. Source spaghetti. Dude, that is nuts. Oh, I didn't even get a chance to actually do what I wanted to do. Unfortunate. I'm going to have to wait for another payload round, because I know the snipers will play payload. I don't want to play capture the flag too much, because people don't actually play the game on capture the flag, which sucks. Let's do a Badwater game. Sorry, I know I'm supposed to be editing. I just want to get this out of my system, and I haven't gotten it out of my system. I want to counter sniper. But now I'm on the pressure of performing for a stream. So I'm going to play worse. Oh, wait. Somebody messaged me? Is somebody in-game or no? Okay, let's see. We appreciate you taking the time to share your feedback with the TF2. Sorry, somebody's messaging me. Is the Steam overlay on in OBS? Probably. Let's turn Steam off. Let's turn Steam overlay off. There we go. It says much that cheaters are developing quality of life features that are better than the actual devs. So true. What is our team composition? Goodness, this is ugly. Let's just go stock scout. I'll pretend to be a free-to-play. See? That is actually really funny to think about, that cheaters have better quality of life for TF2 than the actual developers. Somebody should make a video about that. That would be hilarious. There we go. So we have a sniper. He is a total noob because he's using Razorback. Bet I could counter that guy. It's really not in the spirit of TF2 to play as though you have to counter certain people or tunnel vision on certain players. But the fact of the matter is you can do that and still have it work, so... So, what was that? Okay. I'm gonna wait for the first sucker to get out. Okay, go. Sniper should be on. Oh, hey, somebody got the mad milk. Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. Lay Uber charge. Where's the sniper for the enemy team? Do they not have one? I gotta go find him. Darn it. I lost him. Okay, so how do I want to do this? If they don't have a sniper, then I guess that's just better for us, but at the same time, I want a sniper to specifically fight. He's using the degreaser. He's a fool. He's a fool. Surely there's a sniper on this map of all maps. Oh, good. There he is. This is the enemy sniper? Ah. Lag. Bots solve the crisis by Mega Scatter Bomb. True, yeah. Okay, let's see. Okay, we've got another sniper. Is that our second sniper? Oh, shoot, I wasn't paying attention. I am a fool. Is that our second sniper on the team? No, just the one. Somebody's telling me to just queue for upward only. I don't want to. Admittedly, there should be... Uh-oh. How did that soldier die to that, dude? Oh. Off I go. Hmm. Oh, and that wasn't enough to kill him. Very unfortunate. That guy's got scorch shot too, I bet. Yep, he's got scorch shot. Where is their sentry gun? Do they not have a sentry gun? There we go. Dude, is red team not showing up to work today or what? I don't get it. Where's the snipers? I want snipers. I don't want to go to upward because I've played too much upward lately. There you are. It's that easy. Watch me do it again. Little sloppier, but boom, done. Snipers countered. 2 of them in situations that people always tell you you're not going to win. Oh, look, a 3rd sniper. And because I wasn't paying attention, I got domed for it. At close range, the range that he's supposed to not be effective at. Grow up. He got me because I wasn't paying attention. I was focused on something else. That's how this game works. You're focused on plenty of things all at once. You're gonna die to something you're not paying attention to a lot. Grow up, bro. Grow up. One more death and I will look at chat again. Gosh darn it. Okay, our sniper is in a good spot right now. There's a lot of scouts on my team. Gosh darn it. That sucks. Oh, there we go. man. That sucks. I wouldn't be surprised at this point. We have cheat and anti-cheat markets that are making millions of dollars, like the Contra deal. If you know, you know. Oh. Ugh. How many scouts do we have on our team? 3. Let's go a class that doesn't get as much love insofar as countering sniper, which is Pyro. Because Pyro is not designed to counter sniper. He is designed to ambush. And ambush classes do not seek out high priority targets as much as they do swarm groups of enemies. Oh crap. Dang, I really wanted to air blast that. I have not air blasted a direct hit rocket. There we go. Why do people keep dropping from the system? Must be in a party. See, look at these snipers. Look at these fools. Wait, why is there a huntsman sniper here? He's functioning as a distraction. What? How have I not hit those bullets? I could have sworn I hit him. Okay, here we go. Not be moved back to his effective range. That's fine. Yeah, get out of here. Take my heavy friend here. I'll just keep pushing you back. Dude, air blast is so silly. It's so crude. Alright. Oh crap, that's what was hitting me. Darn. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, but the engineer died. The heavy can get that sentry, right? Yeah, okay, let's see it. Oh, it's gonna respawn me before he does. Darn. It would be funny to give snipers additional weak points like Pyro's fuel tank and soldiers' grenades just for science, evil science. I would love that. If I was to make a class-based shooter, I would have somewhat realistic elements like that, where there would be weak points on people. But I don't know how well that would fly. I would really scale the classes down to be like between 5 or 7 classes. Oh shoot, they don't have a sentry gun. You know what that means? That's right, fish. Oh. Oh, I didn't get to kill him. I didn't get to kill him. But it's okay. I countered him technically because I rendered him ineffective for the time being while he was burning. I had to force him to retreat. That is a good thing. And that counts. Zesty Jesus, if you're watching, that counts as counterplay. Ya bum. Shoot, I'm lagging because of the stream, I think. I don't think I can do this for too much longer because I should really stop. What the heck? Uh-oh, it's getting worse. That is a hard leg. Okay. Uh-oh. Is he gonna put the scope back here? No? Actually, you know what? I'm doing it. Not doing it. Why did I tunnel vision on a sentry gun as a pyro? What did I think would happen? That spy just got demolished. Let's go soldier. Where's the sniper? Okay, he's up on the barrel things. Barrel things. Can I lick him? Oh, I got him! See? That's how you counter sniper. You want to talk about dying to something you didn't see? How about dying to a random crit from a soldier you didn't even see? Because blast damage is a thing. Holy cow. Talk about getting his butt handed to him. Huh? Oh, there's a level 3. I didn't realize. Okay, R is alive and back at it again. Oops. Yeah. Gosh. Thank you. Oops. Oh, I'm lagging real hard. Doesn't stop me from getting kills, though. Give me another random crit I can benefit from. Game, please. Dude, I lagged so hard the A button stopped working. What the heck? Or D button, I'm sorry. Oh, it's over. Oh. The UI hasn't loaded in. Man. I'm gonna push him off. I can do it. Come on. Push him. I can do it. No, maybe I can't. Oh. Alright. Oh, there's a sniper in there now. Ooh, there's a sniper in the ideal spot for him. Oh, you see that? That's how you counter sniper. And the medic went with me because he had the quick fix. Rocket jump out of there. Crap, I didn't get to rocket jump out of there. Oh, the medic's burning. No, oh man. Oh shoot. The heck? Where am I? Alright, they're pushing the cart. I need some health. And I need it now. This rat. Okay, I'm not gonna... Oh, shoot. Oh, that didn't kill anyone. That makes me sad. I was actually hoping Oh, crap. That worked. Why are soldiers so forgiving as a class? I made so many mistakes there. I should have died like 10 different times. R isn't even the top scorer. It's the soldier on their team, I think. Or one of the soldiers. Let's do... Yeah, we're disguising ourselves here as R. Oh, crap. They know. They know. It's Jover. So Jover. Actually, let's go Demo Man. Because I suck as Demo Man. Oh, let's eat glass together. You made it in. Let's go. Oh, I'm behind you. I see you. Look, it's me. Med, please. Thank you. There we go. That's a good sightline for Sniper. Oh, I hit somebody. The Big Cheese. Who's the Big Cheese? I don't know what class he's playing. If it was a Sniper, then I am proving the point that you actually don't even need to see Sniper or get all the way into the back lines to kill him. This is so funny. Oh, that is a Sniper over there. There is indeed a Sniper over there. And he is getting currently walloped by a scout, I assume, because I saw a scout go over there. Let's just drop one over here. Throw one over here. Okay, I need more ammo. Oh, hey, Sniper's over here. Headshot me, boyo. I dare you. Uh-oh, I'm out of ammo. Darn it. I hope somebody gets that guy. So there's 2 snipers on their team. 200 HP is a lifesaver. Good old indirect fire is the bane of all infantry. Truth nuke. Let's go spy. We'll go spy for these snipers. Even in this disadvantageous position. Let's disguise as the sniper for right now, just to get over there with the walking speed. Walk around, get bumped, get tracked. People are gonna try to find me. They're not gonna. Because I'm very good at my job. Which way is he going? This guy. He's gonna need to have very good ears. Pretty sure this is the R guy, isn't it? Oh shoot, I forgot that I'm still using the ambassador. That's R right there, right? Yeah, that is R. They're not gonna... Oh shoot. Got him. I should have headshot him. I didn't. There you go, though. That's how you counter Sniper. You just get there. And if it's like, oh, but you had to die. You had to die to get to him. If countering him really mattered that much, then it doesn't matter, because that is a Sniper in the respawn queue, which helps your team. Right? Chumps. Oh, there's a Sniper. Let's go spy. He's probably up in the house, so I'm gonna have to just move in there. He's either up in house or by the crates, so... Nice. I'll take that. Thank you. Engineer's gonna set a teleporter up. And a mini sentry of all things. So there's the Sniper. He's back there. Okay, I know what to do. Take that. Oh. I got a headshot as well with the lag. Oh crap. Get out of here. Can I get this? Yes, it's here. Okay. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay. This is This is sick. Okay. Is there an engineer up here? Uh-oh. Oh, lag. Okay, 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 okay. Dude, he's going crazy over here. Bro does not learn his lessons. I headshot the medic. And I'm not going to be able to kill him. Oh well. They're stupid. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, where is he? He knows. Okay, he's trying. And the soldier's like poking around. Okay. He'll see me. Can I tag the med? Oh, he figured me out. And I missed the fire. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's fair. You know what? That's fair. I got caught out. I thought a route was open. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, man. That was that was freaking nuts. That was nuts. That guy... Did that guy wind up top scoring for them? No? But he was up there. Yeah! Hang on. By accident, sure. How do you mean? No, that's funny. That is really funny. It is so nice. But only by accident, because there are some things that are like a chuck being way too. But like, yeah, it is very. Peek. Peek. Alright. I think I should cut it here, honestly. I don't know. I want to, like, keep going on this editing, but it is... I'll try to do one more thing. You pomegranate so hard? What? No. That doesn't make any sense. What? What are you talking about, bro? Fierce and exciting, and it's just a demo man running at you with a mechanic he also shouldn't have. Or shouldn't have, not also shouldn't have. Yeah, that's bad. Should only be like 2 classes or 3 classes that do that. And even then, 3 classes is pushing it. Okay, this guy's not going to have it. I don't think this guy's going to have it. His editing is also really annoying. Pomson's so hard. Okay, now that's a little nuts. The problem with long range, it's just not fun. Okay, let's actually go back to the Zesty stream. Yes, we know. Shush. Does it matter if you're dealing with him? Like, I got a sniper's corner like rooted out with it as a demo man because you just lob pills up there and it's dangerous. All of a sudden, he won't go there. Anyone that says otherwise is using JT as intended. What are you talking about? I don't understand what you're referring to. You know that engineer sets up a stationary turret that does the killing for him, and you don't engage with the engineer when you die to a sentry that was around the corner you weren't paying attention in? Because that happens a lot, you know? Spy, again, thrives on a lack of engagement, you know? His whole point is that he's not supposed to be seen. Like I said in the video, people conflate engagement with the distance between people. That's not actually how engagement works. Direct hit. Ah, this is actually useful for a different part. Pomson is the most oddly satisfying weapon in TF2, especially when there's a crit. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Let me just go through and find more argument 1 sectors, because maybe I can just edit more. Who is this dude again? Tank Adrift. Oh. Goodness me. That being said, Scouts Mo is high moments and aura. What does Mo mean? Or M-O. I think this is what, yeah. Hype moments and aura. True. Scouts all babyface blasting and candy cane combo. Scout for me is just using the Eva 8 in Titanfall, ripping and tearing and ripping and ripping. I have not played Titanfall, so I wouldn't know what that is. Yeah, that's anyone though. Yeah, because it's a team game, man. So, wait, so how does this line up with the arguments? Because there's a lot of... There's a lot of argument 4, a lot of argument 6, 7, 8. I'm trying to find arguments 1 and 2, to be honest. I didn't think I had made something up here. I just, jeez. I should take a look at that playlist that I was sent. Give me a minute. I'm gonna boot that up. Fat Magic doesn't cheat. I know that. TFT's moving is a buggy mess. Why you suck. These are mostly tips for sniper players to get better. Dealing with snipers. It's actually quite easy. Tumbling down. I think I saw this one. It's just a bunch of memeing, right? I saw the Jaybird one, saw the Zenith, both videos, I think. I swear, if I get something that hurts my stream. Oh, I've liked the video. Oh my gosh, here's the sniper part. Meantime, he's playing the class that is like one of the most primary targets for sniper whenever he's on the field because of how much he does when he's alive. Also, he's being so careless. When you walk into a sight line, you gotta shoot it, man. You gotta shoot into there. Make sure. Did he even die to a sniper in the inciting incident? Is it 271 gets knocked down to 171? I don't see the issue here, man. You knew he was there. He was in your view for more than a second. You should be pre-firing that anyway, right? I don't know, man. I don't see the problem. Spy would do the same thing if you weren't paying attention. Big deal. This is so funny to me. Oh no, Sniper's doing the thing he's programmed to do. Gosh, can you imagine the amount of hate I would get if I made a video that, like, said that Heavy was busted and broken for just doing his thing? No. This is what happens when you play soldier, man. You get so used to all the generous damage that you get from blasts that you just... As if you're not trying to play the game as well, right? Oops, missed. Oh, that's funny. The sniper was up there, but he missed. He probably was looking at a different... Dude, high ping makes it worse, especially for the crossbow. What are you talking about? I don't know. I love this thing. I love this fit. The flaw of most TF2 players is a subpar awareness and predictable movement patterns. Dusty's a good example of this. I remember watching him rage at a scout due to that. Yeah. I don't know where it comes from, to be honest. I don't. Look at him using movement. Look at him using movement to his advantage. It's amazing, right? This one is so brain dead. Wham! Random crit him right out the window into the skybox. Mm-hmm. Frankly, you should always be operating as if there is a sniper on the team, the same way you should be operating as if there's any class on any team, just because it's basic awareness for a multifaceted game like this, you know? Could be some level of ADHD. I doubt it. I just think it's stupidity. Odd movement helps a ton. I just want to look around here. Oh, great. The art of counter-sniping. Maybe sniper is broken. Oh, great. Not you. Why I main sniper? Same guy. Shonik and his horrific experiments. Not because he makes them, but because the sample size isn't big enough. And I don't think he's honest with his conclusions. I think he edits the videos in a way that's particular to it. The dumbest weapon in TF2, that's true. Oh, the Gabbard videos, nice. Okay. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna just pack it in. I'm tired. I have to do other things right now. So, I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna stream tomorrow because it's Sunday, but I'm gonna figure out how to do these chapter card things because it's gonna be very difficult to get through it all. So, bear with me, I beg. And I'll catch you guys later. What? Spikey's complicated relationship with Sniper. I can't wait to see his divorce papers. That's crazy. I know nothing about the guy, so whatever. Anyways, I'm out of here. Thanks for the support and the viewership and all that, and farewell. See you later, dude. God bless. God bless you too, sir. Thank you.